What if the future of work isn't about surviving change, but evolving with it? We are standing at a strange intersection where human creativity meets machine intelligence, where meaning is being rewritten in code. And yet, beyond the algorithms and automations, there's something timeless: our need to create, connect, and contribute. Today, on Cosmic Confluence with your host, Sayan, I am joined with someone who embodies evolution itself. Welcome, Audrye Arbe. She's an artist, spiritual teacher, and visionary who is not just trying to defy age, but redefine what it means to be alive in this transformative era. From her frequency stones that harmonize energy to her online course that awaken the self, Audrey reminds us that purpose doesn't retire, it reinvents. So let's explore together what kind of work will still matter when AI is everywhere, and how do we stay human while we co-create with machines. So welcome to the show, Audrey. It's an absolute honor to have you here with us.
Thank you so much, Sayan. This is exactly what I'd like to discuss because I think it's so important right now. Really. And I don't know if anyone had all the exact answers. This is the standard. But let's do it.
Thank you, Audrey.
Welcome.
Thank you, Audrey. I've been genuinely excited for this conversation because your journey spans art, spirituality, and consciousness in such a unique way. You have witnessed so many, so many different waves of change, I would say. So I would love to start there. So Audrey, as someone who has seen like decade of changes, be it cultural, spiritual, and technological, how do you view this AI-driven wave? Like, do you view this as evolution or just another distraction from real human work?
Okay, so as an astrologer, and that's not my main thing. Main thing is psychics, but I have a boring and far and all that. But it's where it's going to be for give or take 22 years, 20 years, something like that. I don't remember the exact amount. We're going to see this stuff. And we're going to see a lot and a lot and a lot. And some of what I'm going to say, as I listen to the guidance, may not always sound like pretty and cute and healing and all that. And I am a hero. But also because some of our species, and I'm being generous when I say that because sometimes people running around, I wonder exactly what species they are. That's because I'm a little sardonic, okay? Just that is. But some of our species has almost seemed to choose to avoid drawing. That's not going to work in the times of climate. That's just not going to work. Because can AI get intellectually smarter than humans? Yes, it can. Because it's got all those, however you do all that technical stuff. On the other hand, I agree completely with Greg Braden. You know Greg Braden? G, Greg Braden, Braden. When he says, now he's the scientist, I'm the psychic, so I'm not going to give it in scientific language because that's not my expertise. But that we as humans, or I sometimes say humans, but otherwise it can sound a little sexist to me. Anyway, that we have the capacity to grow intellectually and in other ways, and way beyond what many of us think we are capable of, including our intellectual abilities and other talents. It takes effort. It takes intention in doing it. Do a lot of people want to do that? Quite frankly, no, they don't. They want, give me a pill and I'm done. That's it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And I've been around for a minute or two, and I can see it doesn't work like that. So I feel that if, as a species, or various individuals in our species, and we definitely have a bunch of them, that choose to really evolve, will do fine. But people that don't want to, will just use the language. Yes, I got it, but they don't want to take any action. And I'm sure you know a few, and I'm not naming names, so I'm not going to do that. It'll be fine. I think AI is an amazing tool. I think it's incredible. It is translating things from the ancients that have never been translated, including things that are 20,000 years old, okay? Whether it's Göbekli Tepe, which is maybe 13,000 years old, and other things that humans couldn't do. We just were not capable of doing it at the time. I don't know now about quantum computers. I'm not all up on what the latest is on that. So I think we can live with it. I think the big mistake is allowing AI to take over. I'm going to say human, and I'm not going to correct that. Human's ability. It's like when I read, I have, how many books do I have? I think I have 4 books, and they were hard work. Writing them was work. Getting them edited was work. That was not easy, okay? And I'm an abstract writer. It was not easy. And when I read that a lot of people, and I laugh at this with it, and I know that are having AI write their book, and then they become bestsellers, and they may be making a lot of money. What they're not getting is the practice in the brain that it takes to write a book. The persistence.
True.
And let me tell you what's persistence. And changing and shifting and moving. So that I have a concern about. Do I think we're not going to have AI? No, we're going to have AI. There's no way that's going to end anytime soon. Can it take over humanity? Not likely, unless, and this is a big unless, and it's scary a little to me, some people give away their humanity, their ability to feel, their ability to have intuition, their ability to think, their ability to pride, even the ability to get angry. I'm not saying to act on the anger and act crazy, that's a no, but to have the feeling and understand where it's coming from and what to do about it and what might move to change within the self or someone else. AI isn't quite capable of that. Can it become capable? I don't know. I think of Data from Star Trek. I don't know if you ever saw Star Trek back in the day when they had Data, who I loved Star Trek.
Yeah.
He wanted to be human. He didn't have the human chip. His brothers, or the whatever his name was, I can't think of his name, who acted out and did awful things. He had that chip, but he misused it. Do I think most humans use our emotional chip correctly? Look at the world. I don't have to answer that. I think a lot of people not only don't use it correctly, don't know how to use it correctly, are afraid of it, misuse it, and help create some of the chaos he has. So I don't know if I specifically answered your question, so I went up on a couple of tangents. I think AI is a great tool. Do I think it'll replace humanity? Where are you?
So, I honestly love how, yeah.
I didn't hear that. My computer did something weird. Can you?
No worries, no worries. Yeah, I honestly, like, I'm at a loss of words, so to say. I love how you gave so many examples, like back in your day, like writing 4 books, right? That takes a lot of resilience. I love how you stated that. And yeah, I love how you rooted in awareness rather than fear. It's easy to panic about job loss these days, but maybe the real loss is creativity if we forget who is behind the screen or the keyboard, right? But one thing that comes to my mind is that with recent advancements in AI, right, that line is sort of getting blurry. We are now seeing machines generate art, music, even empathy simulations. Like, I remember that viral stuff from, I think this year, or was it last year, when a Ghibli animation was created with AI, and the founder himself called it, an insult to life. So it makes me wonder, do you believe human creativity is at risk, or do you see AI as a collaborator in the spiritual or artistic evolution?
A little bit of both. I think if somebody, and I'm an artist, okay, this is one of the frequency stones, okay? We see it. It's a real rock. Right. I live in Costa Rica. I'm not going to paint anymore for Costa Rican property, okay? And I put crystals on them. Then I meditate and I charge them. I don't know if AI can do that. Maybe. Take the clue. I don't know. But humans will always have that. What humans have is a certain kind of intuition and ability. And when we really develop that, because we're born with it, everyone, different amounts to different people. When we really develop that, that's our special thing as a species. Not everybody develops it, and then they go off a little not so well. Can AI develop it? Possibly. I'm not sure what can be done with those kinds of things that are finite in terms of whatever the materials are that makes the AI creature or person thing, whatever you call it. It's not a person. You're a person, but maybe they'll be called person. I don't know what they'll be called. The being, the something. Okay? Will they have what we have? No, they can't. Because one, they don't have our hormones. Okay? I mean, I'm what do you call me, a she, her, female? Okay, with all the hormones that comes with that. And it takes something to learn how to deal with it. Not always easy, that I'll tell you right up front. Can AI ever have that? Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. But they have to learn how to deal with it. And you don't learn by pushing a button. It doesn't work that way. It's like relationships. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmom, or a grandmother. Okay, I have friends. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister, or I was. My sister passed last year. And AI can create relationships. They already are. People are sleeping with them because they don't want to go do what it needs to do with the person. Not like I don't understand that. I understand it. But it's different. It's different. I do think at a certain point, I don't think we're ready now at all to create collaborations. I definitely think that can happen. I mean, when we're out in space, and we will be out in space, in interstellar space beyond the Oort cloud and that kind of thing, and we're out there, I think most humans are going to need the intellectual ability that AI has, because very few of us, and I definitely include myself in this, have that level of logic. And I know a lot of smart people. I mean, I was in Mensa, so I'm considered smart person. Okay, whatever, then, let go of that. And all this kind of stuff. But I'm not made that way. You're not made that way. I rely on intuition a lot because that's part of how I'm made. I don't know what AI will rely on because it also depends. And I don't know if this is getting talked about enough. Who has created the AI? All of their prejudices, all of their isms, all their insecurities, all their arrogances goes right into that AI. The AI is not just purely a quote-unquote machine-made whatever. And if something is truly highly intelligent, beyond what I would have language for, it's going to think, hopefully, that lot is a lot. And not take it for granted and then look to correct it however it may do it. As I'm projecting into the future, that level of awareness and intelligence and awareness are very different. Years ago, when I was practically a zygote in my 20s, I used to look for a certain level of awareness. I didn't know that was the word. I mixed it up with intelligence. They're different. So the level of awareness that AI may acquire through these things, I think we have no idea what that would be. Okay, because I think there'll be new materials that get discovered. This whole, what did they call it? Free-eye atlas. Okay, that thing out there. Okay, whatever it is. I don't think you really know what it is. I've listened to what a few other channels have said. I tuned in once because I don't normally do that with those things. And I got that it really has consciousness, which was the and a few other things. So I think that whatever it is going to come up with stuff that we don't know what it is. According to one channel, well, I don't want to get somebody else's information, so let me let go of that. So that could enhance who we are. Why some people, get frightened? I'm just going to say this. I think there's an issue in our species about it gets scared right off the bat about something new. Many people, not everyone. That is not a healthy thing. That is something that has been conditioned. that is something that, like that. No, we can't move forward that way. That would be one of the I have a genetic chronic patterning. That's part of that. That has to be released. When people do it on their own, I doubt it. It's important to have a facilitator. Just doing an affirmation and this is not going to cut it. It'll help, but it's an energetic frequency. It helps to have somebody work with that. There are those who do it. I'm one of them. I know others. And then we can go beyond. But if people are on meeting something new that can appear to be a challenge and might be a challenge, if one of the first things they go into and sit in is fear, that's not going to work. We have to know how to go beyond that and see the possibilities in anything, and that includes racism. I'm throwing that in because I am beyond sick and tired. No, I'm not going to call myself sick and tired. I am over that whole racist nonsense. I wrote a book on it. I did a course on it. It's still available. Okay, my day is still here. I am still alive and well, and all of this kind of thing. And people who persist in any of that, you're holding yourself back. Why? You're holding yourself back. It's every kind of person, black, brown, beige, however you identify, whatever, and like male, female, lens, whatever. We all have something to consider. And however we're brought up and whatever our genetic karmic pattern and our ancestors is going to contribute to that, will hold us back. And when we allow ourselves to grow through that, we go beyond. Will we go beyond the AI? Yes. I do believe that. I do. Because we have unlimited, I'm going to call it scalability. You know what I mean? Like we can grow beyond what our conditioning is. It takes something. You don't just snap a finger, or if you do, I haven't learned how to do that part yet. To grow. From what I understand from reading some of Red Raven stuff, not all the stuff, some, whatever the materials are that the AI is made of, those things have a certain ability to how they can scale. Beyond that, they can't. Humans can.
Right. Absolutely. Like I resonate with everything you said. So I am a musician myself. And I believe that, creativity comes from the heart of consciousness, and AI, maybe it will be conscious, who knows, like in the next 50 years, maybe. But to me, I think the next era of art isn't just, human versus machine, but it's rather with machines. So I would like to see that. And because Audrey, definitely, I would, because I think a lot of our listeners would absolutely resonate with what you have said. What would you say, if you're guiding someone entering the workforce today, what or how would you tell them to prepare emotionally and spiritually for a world where we can't predict?
Okay. So one of the first, I mentioned, okay, I have a podcast. I'm a healer. One of the healing podcasts. Guides won't let me discuss politics, so I don't. Okay, so one of the first things I teach, and this is what I would tell everyone, is one, you need to learn how to love. If you don't know how to, and I have a course on that, if you don't know how to love yourself, you're going to get stuck sooner or later with someone, and it's a progression. Learn breathing attunement, because when a person gets nervous, and I am definitely capable of getting nervous, as well as being centered, if you do not know how to center yourself very quickly, you can get lost in any business or venture you're going into, especially with what's going on in the world right now, which I am not going to get into. And do I think, by the way, stuff in the world is going to get better? Yeah, I think it'll take a minute, but that's a whole other conversation. And I would tell them, number one, and I tell this everyone for years, what is in you that you would love to do? What calls you? Don't look at first, where can I make money? Okay, which is what a lot of people do. And I'm not saying not to make money. It's important to make some amount of money, okay, on the planet.
Right.
But if you're not doing something that you love to do or putting yourself in position, because will you be automatically able to do that the minute you get out of school? Highly unlikely. highly unlikely. So don't get upset. Oh my God, I can't do this yet. That's the way it works. Still, okay? And so you do stuff that's decent. You put your, and you start taking whatever it is. So you're doing what you love, okay? Then you go. And that's what I would tell them. Connect with people that have an open heart. Connect with people who are bright. Connect with people who don't panic the minute you say AI or what's the name of that thing? Alice, I forget the exact name or whatever that thing is. And oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Please. We are going into space. What do you think we're going to find? Beings from space. Or some of them on the earth? Frankly, they are. Okay, that's a whole other conversation. Do most people...
Right, absolutely.
I don't know what most people know. I know what the people I know. And when you stay open to that, life is an adventure. It's exciting. And it could be very peaceful. Built into your lifetime to relax. Make sure you're eating healthfully and holistically. I'm mostly raw vegan. You don't have to be a raw vegan, but you do need to eat fresh vegetables and fruit, organic if at all possible, because the level of contamination to our food source is beyond belief. And does it have to be? No. So make yourself aware of some of these things. Don't go into a panic. You're never going to know everything.
Right.
Nobody knows everything. So get over that. Will you make mistakes? Yes. Be prepared to make mistakes. Be open to explore. Explore means you're doing something new. And if it's new, you don't know how it's going to turn out. So can mistakes be made? Yes, that's part of living. Make it your business, make it your personal whatever, to learn from your mistakes and not yell at yourself. I'm not saying not have some discipline. We are made to have discipline. We get hungry at a certain point in time. That's when you eat. You have to go to a bathroom because your body will tell you we need to empty out. Your body will tell you when you've had enough to eat. It's important to listen. We need to have a certain amount of socializations. I would say watch the language that comes out of your mouth. So you're stating something positive, even if you're feeling If you have a lot of anger and rage, look at my, what do I call it? I had, the 1, 2, 3 roar as a way to release anger and energy. I'm not going to teach it right now unless we have time. There's ways to release and feel sadness. There's no shortcut. Oh, sadness. Oh, my God, go away. No, if it's there, you need to find out what you're feeling sad about so you can heal that within yourself. Because if you don't, I guarantee you, and I don't like saying I guarantee you, it will show up in some other way in your life and have to get dealt with. But I think it's an amazing opportunity for people entering the workforce now, so to speak. You have to look at what calls you. Not what you think people think should call you. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a separate thing. What actually calls you, whatever that is, there's a need for it. I did a reading once on a slew of people that had talents and abilities I did not even have language for. We did not even have the language yet to describe the abilities some of these people had. So I had to talk kind of around it to explain it. They got it. This was their abilities and all that. That's part of what's happening. When our species goes through some new thing and growth, people that are born have new talents and abilities. Help them with that. Don't shut them down. Encourage them to grow. Very important. And not everybody is willing to do that. They get, no, we did it this way for 50 million years. Well, now we're here.
Right.
So we have to use that wisdom and take off in another way. It doesn't matter your age, okay? You said I have my day. I'm in my 80s, people. This is still my day. Okay, maybe your day more if you're 20s, 30s, 40s and all up. But those people that have been here for a minute, if they're still open and growing, they've got some wisdom.
That's powerful. because the more we know ourselves, the less we fear placement. And maybe that's the real revolution around, radical self-awareness in an age of automation. So, Audrey, thank you so much for sharing such illuminating wisdom with us today. This conversation, I'm sure it means a lot to me, but I'm sure that it resonates with everyone who's listening with us right now. It has been nothing short of profound. A reminder that evolution isn't just technological; it's deeply um, spiritual. It's rooted within us. And maybe the question isn't what kind of work will survive, but what kind of humans will thrive. And dear listeners, as Audrey reminds us, evolution doesn't just happen in the cloud, it happens in consciousness. The next era of work might not be about earning, but about aligning. Not faster with code, but deeper connection. So, as we step into this unknown frontier, let's not forget, even in a world run by algorithms, our soul remains the original operating system. This is Sayan, and you have been listening to Cosmic Confluence. Until next time, stay curious, stay cosmic, and keep evolving with love. Thank you.